Right, we're here. English Electric Motor Company. I'm picking up the Energica Ribelle RS. It's got 100% charge. It is 10:40 on Tuesday, the 23rd of August, and we are heading off to ride around the UK. Oh, exciting, isn't it? Charge number 5, 6, don't know which one it is now. And a bird has pooed on the seat. Is that good luck? Just doing an Austin Powers 100-point turn here. Don't mind me. Nobody knows it. Nobody knows it. Okay, so pull that in. Bosh. So let's sort out these wing mirrors. So let's head off and I'll tell you all about this. Okay then, we're back on the road. What is the crack with this then? Why am I doing it? Now this is not to prove anything. This is not to say electric bikes are fantastic. It's none of that. All I want to do is I want to see, can I do the Four Corners ride? So that's a start point, Land's End, St David's, John O'Groats, Lowestoft and back to the start point. Can I do that ride as part of the Iron Butt Association sort of challenge rides? Normally you get 48 hours to do it. I did it on a 125 in like 2.5 days, I think it was. Well, I just want to see, is it possible to do that with the charging network that we have in the UK? Is it possible to do it on an electric bike? And how long is it going to take me to do it? Now, I appreciate if I do this, there will be people who will be able to do it quicker for sure, but that's the challenge for you. This is my challenge. So what I'm doing here is I've used something called Zap Map. It's an app for EVs. There's lots of other ones out there. Zap Map's quite an old one now actually, and I've already found some limitations on it. I just use that. You tell it what EV you're driving or riding. So this is the Energica Ribelle. I whacked that in. It's already got information about what charger that takes and a rough sort of estimation as to mileage you'll get with a charge. And then you can use a route planner on there to show your start point, like Google Maps, like any other sort of thing. You can put a start point and an end point, and then it will automatically work out where the charging points are along your route and recommend them to you. Now, what I did think it did, which it doesn't, is I thought you could use it as a like a sat nav and navigate your way using the app, but you can't. So I've had to use, I've got Google Maps on there at the moment just so I know about traffic, etc. I've got Kalimoto recording the route, and I'm using Google Maps at the moment to navigate to the next charging point. Now I could just sit on the motorways, but motorways rinse the batteries on electric bikes. So you really do want to be hitting as many A and B roads as possible. Now this is going to be a challenge because I think this is going to be 3 to 4 days to get this done. With electric you really want to keep the charge between 20 and 80% because that's where your maximum fast charge is. That's where the 20-minute charge time is. So on this Ribelle I'm looking at like every sort of 55-60 miles. That will get me from 80 down to 20%. Have to try and keep your speed down, which I've already broken that rule. It's hard not to when you've got acceleration and performance like this. It's ridiculous. But anyway, this isn't a review of the Ribelle, the Energica Ribelle RS. If you want that, I've done one, it's on my channel. Alec from English Electric very kindly reset the tripometer before I left, so I've done 14.7 miles. I'm already down to 87% charge. And it's saying I'm going to get about 86 miles to a full charge at this rate. The first stop's near Saffron Walden, which is 45 miles away. So we shall see. It's going to be a game of working things out. So let's see how we do then. Sorry, mate.
That's a quiet noise for a motorbike.
So come up, 1, 2, 3. So that was the first charge there, just at a local pub out in the middle of nowhere really, near Saffron Walden. It's one of these Polar network chargers, cost me £3.50, £3.60 odd, basically to go from 48% to 80%. So expensive as far as electric goes. You charge this AC at home. You know, the cheap way to do it is when you get home, just plug it into your electricity supply at home, and then a full charge all the way up to 100% will cost you like £1 something. It'll cost you nothing. Unfortunately, for the fast DC chargers, when you're out and about, you're paying for the convenience of it. And obviously, the higher the demand, the more it's going to be. So the more people that use it or need it, the higher the prices are going to be. Next stop is going to be over Watford way. So again, doing a mixture of back roads like this, and then I think there'll be there might be a smidgen of motorway, I'm not sure. So all good so far, and I needed to stop. My bum was killing me, my bum and wrists. I need to get used to riding this kind of bike again. I tell you what, this thing's awesome. The power is just phenomenal, it really is. Not checked out my review of it, make sure you do that after this one, obviously. Right, I'm here at the charge station. There's already one car here that won't let me use wireless like tap and go. You got to be registered. I'm down to 33%, 36 mile range. I've just done a whole host of the M3, so that just rinses the battery. However, using Google Maps, you just type in electric charging points, and it can chuck up charging points around about you. So I found one about 3 miles away at Holiday Inn, so we're off there. But anyway, that's where the beauty of trying to keep as much sort of in reserve as possible. Charge often, you know, trying to keep it between the 20 and 80%. Ideally, when you get down to about 40%, you want to be looking for a charging point, because that will give you some reserve in case there are issues. It's far from perfect, I know, folks. I mean, this is 3:07. I left at 20 to 11 this morning, and I've done 162 miles. You know, if this is the future is going to take a while. Always get a little bit nervous filtering on an electric bike. Normally I'd be like pulling the clutch and revving the engine a little bit just to let people know I'm there. You can't do that with electric. Having said that, this Energica, it's pretty noisy. Charge 4, I'm 220 miles in. Fourth time I've had to charge. They're all taking about 40-45 minutes every 55 miles roughly at the moment. But then I've been motorway A303, you know, sort of sustained 65-70 mile an hour speeds. So it just rinses it, totally rinses it. Costs roughly around about £4, £3.50 to £4 using these fast private DC chargers. 220 miles since 2011 this morning. This is going to take a while. Let's go. Losing the will to live. It's down to 27% after about 50 miles. This is going to take forever. Whose idea was this? I'm feeling low. Want you to know. Charge number 5, 6, don't know which one it is now. I have done, it was at 220, so that's 55 miles, and it's gone from 80% to 20%. Let's charge it up. Right, maybe that's because I've used tap quite a lot. I'll try my actual physical card. There we go. Yeah, sometimes with your tap and go, you can only do it a set amount of times, and then you have to use your actual card. So we're going to be using that one, CCS. Let's get this in. Lock it in there, waiting for EV. That comes up, it's locked in. So 125 kilowatt DC shared. I don't know what that means. How long is it going to charge? 50 minutes to get to 80%. I'm going to have a kip. And that is where I'm going to be sleeping. It's going to take a while, this.
I ain't got much to show. Baby, I'm slow. I'm gonna creep into my eyes, snail show. Until the spring.
Most expensive one yet, £6.65 to get to 80%.
Liberates me from my winter hell. I've got candles and candy. I can be your daddy if you own me.
Right, we're filling up again just here at GridServe in Exeter Services, because the charger in Dartmoor, the only charger really that's available as you cross Dartmoor, that is out of order. So I need to top up here and then do a quick splat across the top of Dartmoor to the next charging point. Yes, so this should just be a quick one really. I'm at 60 odd %.
Just speak alone, stand in your row. Try not to show, this life's a show. Try not to glow,
Normal life.
way down below. Oh, it's a lot of woe. And that's
Okay, so on the last leg down to Land's End now. It is 26 minutes past 1 in the morning. I left at 10:40 yesterday morning, and we are only now almost at Land's End. Now you might be able to spot a slight issue with this Energica Ribelle, and that is the headlight is utter pants. It's okay for looking ahead, but trying to go around corners is a little bit of a nightmare. I'll show you what full beam is like once we get out. Okay, that's oh, it is full beam. Right, okay, so that's normal. And then that is full beam. There's not really too much difference. It's getting very windy. Right, see you at Land's End, hopefully. Think about one. Actually, you're not going to be able to see, are you? Well, that is us. We've got to Land's End. Had to think where I was. There you go, look. This is us at Land's End. Here's the bike. There's the bike there. Land's End. I've been down, got a picture in front of this sign. In fact, took a video, but it's pitch black down there, so you probably couldn't see. It's taken me 14 and a half hours, I think it is. Is it 14 and a half? I can't work it out. I left at 20 to 11 and it's about, it's nearly 2 a.m. I think now. Is it 2 a.m? It's 2:05. 400 odd miles, umpteen charges. It's taken a lot longer than I thought it would. But never mind, the whole point of doing this really is just to see what's the reality of it. So now I'm going to work my way to St David's, then John O'Groats, and then Lowesoft, and then back to English Electric. I reckon 4 days is probably going to be about right with the current progress. We'll see. Not too bad at the moment, but the weather's pretty grotty and it's starting to get pretty damn windy. So I'm going to get back on the bike and start heading north. Well, this isn't fun. It's currently 10 to 5 in the morning and I am, oh god, sort of Bodmin-ish way, and the last 4 charging stations I've been to have all been out of order. it says I've got 70-mile range, but that's because I've been dilly-dallying about at sort of 20-30 miles an hour. So I've looked out over Dartmoor, and there's a place called the Jamaica Inn, which apparently has chargers, according to ZapMap, but not Google Maps. But anyway, I'm going to go, and we'll have a look. The novelty is well and truly worn off. All these charging points, bar one, have been in the middle of nowhere. They're just charging stations out in the wilderness almost, just at the back of car parks. One was at a Shell garage near Watford. But all the others, you know, there's no toilets, there's nowhere, there's no cover. So it's fine if you're in a car, you can just sit in your car, but if you're on a bike, you know, it's been peeing down with rain. I just have to sit in the rain or lie on the ground in the rain. The infrastructure is crap. It's fine if it's during the day and pubs and places like that are open, but at night time, useless. Whose idea was this?
Morning. Just woke up, had a nice kip there, feel a lot better. It was Baltic through the night, just in the rain and everything, and I was knackered. So I've just had about an hour and a half's kip here, back at Exeter Services. Great setup there with GridServe, so had the bike charging, she's almost fully charged, and let's get back on the road. St David's, here we come.
Well, it's day 2 of the ride. What are we at? We are 10 to 12 on Wednesday, and I left at 20 to 11 on the Tuesday. We've been to Land's End. We're now in Welsh Wales. This is Cardiff Services. It's taken a little bit longer than I thought. But you know what? I was ready to give up about 7 o'clock this morning. Felt terrible, tired, whole world was against me. I stopped at Services, had a little kit for an hour or so, woke up and thought, yeah, let's do it. So that is exactly what we're going to do. So about two more charging stops, and then hopefully we should be at St David's. Let's go. Now, according to my map, there aren't any charging points in Haverfordwest other than Tesla ones, but I found a BP sort of Polar one up the road here, about 5-10 miles or so. Look at the fuel on it. 7 miles up here. So in this hotel, that's what I found sometimes, folks, is like big hotels tend to have charge points and gyms as well. I bet you it's in there. Charging point. There we go, there's one there. Both being used. There's one nearly done. We'll get and use that. Sync them up. 1, 2, 3. Right, there's a queue for this DC charge there. The Jag's going to be half hour, and then the lady in the blue car, she needs to charge, so she reckons she'll be another half hour to an hour. I'm having a little bit of a search on Google, and ZapMap says there's a DC charger in Haverfordwest at the council offices. Google Maps doesn't say that, but ZapMap does. So I'm going to have a little look. I've got 42 miles, so let's see. See you in a bit. And if all else fails, we'll just have to come back here, because there is nothing in this part of Wales. Absolutely no DC fast chargers other than that one at the hotel there, and possibly this one in Haverfordwest. The lady in the blue, she's from, I can't remember where she said she's from, but she's visiting family out this neck of the woods. First time she's come out in an electric car, and I think she's struggling a wee bit, bless her. Electric really is, it's a different mindset. And I don't know about cars, but bikes, we're definitely not in a position yet where you can tour. Maybe, possibly, maybe with that new Xperia. I'm gutted that Energica couldn't find an Xperia for me to use on this, because, you know, I think it would have been a different story with the Xperia. You know, rather than charging every 40-50 miles, I'd be charging around about every 90-100 miles with the realistic riding. And I think that would make all the difference, you know, with half the amount of stops. The Ribelle is a great bike, but this is 2-year-old technology at least. And to me it just seems a little bit daft that, you know, to do a trip like this and not to utilise the current best technology just seems a bit, well, just seems a bit self-defeating, really, to be perfectly honest with you. It was never going to go as well as it could go if you were to use the new technology like the Xperia has, but oh well, they didn't have one available, so that's that. The bike itself has been fine, you know, I mean, it's a lovely bike, this. The power's just insane, the torque's insane, but of course you can't really utilise that because you're constantly having to sort of baby and nurture your charge levels. You've got to keep your speed sort of around that 60 mile an hour, 55 to 65 mile an hour mark to get the optimum sort of range, and you're hardly touching the throttle at all. Where these come to the fore is for your, you know, you're commuting, you're in and out of town, that sort of stuff. Little journeys, a couple of 100 miles, going out for a ride. Have one charge when you're out and about. Over lunch, do yourself a 200-mile day, go out with a full charge. You're empty at lunch, get it charged up over lunch, get home, whack it on the AC, job done. Not almost 2,500 miles around the UK as quick as you can. Anyway, let's see if we can find this charger in Haverfordwest, and if not, I'll probably have to push this back to that hotel. Sync them up, 1, 2, 3. Right, so that's me charged up. Found this place at the town hall, but I had to download the Dragon charging app, and then it let me charge. Fast DC charging, took half an hour, but I'm now at 82%. So St David's, here we come. And a bird has pooed on the seat. Is that good luck or not? Time will tell. Bosh, there we go. Now I've got to keep an eye on my battery temperature there. It's yellow at the moment, so we can get away with that, but if it goes red, I'll literally just have to stop. And at that point I'll probably need to plug it into AC and wait sort of 4 or 5 hours. There they are, look folks. Nationals! No. I love the regen on these electric bikes, particularly these Energicas. It's, you know, you can vary the regen, but when you have it in the maximum setting, it's just like hitting a brake. It's awesome. You almost don't need the brake. You just need it for, well, I didn't even need it then, did I? Could pretty much just ride it as a twist and go with no brake. 2 chances of sneaking up on anybody with this, isn't there? It's a noisy old thing. Right, see you at St David's. And there is St David's. And can we get a picture? I'll try. Boom. There you go, St David's. We made it. Number 2. Beautiful place, St David's. It's well worth going to have a little look. I've been there with Mrs Teapot. Beautiful place, so much history. However, I haven't got time for that. We're against the clock. Now, we need to go and charge up, just for a change. But the nearest DC charger is in Aberystwyth, 73 miles away, and I've got 85 miles range. So this could be fun. Just doing an Austin Powers 100-point turn here. Don't mind me. Let's go. One more for good luck. There we go. Now when I do these rides, I normally get here about 4 o'clock in the morning. It's currently 4:30 in the afternoon. 12.5 hours behind. Now I'd love to say, let's see if we can make some of that up, but not a chance. We're just going to get further and further and further behind, sadly. Now to qualify for the Iron Butt, you have to do this in 48 hours or less, which is okay, it's doable. However, on this, I think I'm looking at, if I can get it done in 4 days, I'd be impressed. Anyway, I'll see you in a little bit, and I'll tell you how I plot the route. Oh, exciting, isn't it? Nobody knows it, nobody knows it. Right then, so just spent 40 odd minutes, 45 minutes asleep on the floor in Aberystwyth, getting the bike charged up. So we're up to 90%, well just short of 90%, and we're back on the road. Look at the sky. Don't know if you can see out that behind me. Beautiful pinks and purples. Gorgeous. It is 8:20, and we are now on our way to John O'Groats, baby. I love this bit. Those first two, Land's End takes forever, and then St David's, that's a grind as well to get there. But I love this bit now. The long haul up to John O'Groats, and then you fly back down, and then that last bit to Lowestoft just takes forever. But we're halfway, folks. Almost 1,000 miles. It's not quite halfway yet, but nearly. That's at least 2 of the 4 points. John O'Groats, Lowestoft, and then back to English Electric. And then we are done! But I'm not counting my chickens yet, because I know all manner of things can happen. But let's just keep chipping away. Ooh, I'll tell you what we'll do. I will ride through the night and work my way up into Scotland. Hopefully by the morning we'll be up in God's country or near, damn it. And then once it's daylight again, I'll show you how I navigate, how I find all these charging points. So, it's montage time. Joy riding at night. It's a little bit more dangerous because there's a lot more wildlife kicking about at night. You get deer and rabbits, badgers, all sorts. But there's something about it. I quite enjoy riding at night time. So massive thanks if you've been following along on Instagram, Facebook, on stories and on the posts, sending me messages and words of encouragement. Thank you very much, folks. Much appreciated. Right, this will be boring for you. See you in a bit, folks. I love this part of the journey. Woo-ha! Don't know what's going up here, if it's a crash or if it's roadworks. It's not doing anything. Let's go find the chargers. Let's go find the chargers. I think I nearly killed myself.